And I had the idea to kind of make this first music video introduce a character that I had been kind of ideating for a really long time. That's why you see him with the blindfold and the bloody shirt aesthetic and the bow tie. I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga. And I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Itami, which means pain in Japanese. And he wears his blindfold, and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And the story of the manga went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden.
And he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as a detective.
So like when I was as a detective, I'd be like
solving murders that I'm committing myself.
You're saying that there is another suspect other than David who the LAPD has its sights set on with respect to what happened to Celeste before, during, and after her death, correct? Correct.
The David situation is more disturbing than we had originally thought. But before we get into today's story, I just wanted to apologize for my absence. Your boy needed to get his mind right, so I took a step back just to reevaluate what my purpose would be, as well as this channel's direction. And I've realized it's time to grind. It is time I stop feeling sorry for myself and get back to work, because realistically, I love doing this shit. I got goals to chase. I got dreams to make a reality. So with that being said, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, because we are almost at our goal of 100 subscribers. My name is Chivo and I talk about the trendiest news within the week. So let's get started. Alright y'all, so last week I covered a bit of the David situation when TMZ announced that David had finally been labeled as a suspect in the Celeste Rivas investigation after months of silence. Now, if you don't know about this situation, let me offer you a bit of backstory. David is a singer who got his come up off of TikTok and YouTube after making and posting songs to his Fortnite clips after being given the idea from his mother. David was a homeschool kid for most of his life, and he would draw a lot of inspiration for his music off of the media that he would regularly consume. Fast forward to September 8th, 2025. While David was living it up and going on tour for his recently released studio album Withered, reports would begin to circulate that a body was found in an abandoned Tesla outside one of his rented properties after a strong odor was discovered in the trunk of his car. The body would belong to Celeste Rivas, a 14 to 15-year-old girl who David allegedly had a relationship with, which led to David canceling the rest of his shows. Since the news broke out, many speculations began to arise, as well as old videos, photos, and chat logs pointing that the two had known each other and had a relationship. As of this past weekend, however, more news began to circulate, from the LAPD first being reported by TMZ. For starters, we now know that allegedly, around spring of 2025, David made an overnight trip to Santa Barbara, California, for reasons still unknown, but many are speculating that that could have been when he was first trying to hide the body. Which to me makes sense, because if you've ever been to California, you know that Santa Barbara has a lot of desert. And on top of that, you know that you aren't just gonna drive 2 hours for no reason. Los Angeles specifically is heavily condensed with traffic at that, so he definitely isn't just gonna make a trip out of nothing. There had to have been some sort of motivation, purpose, or reason for him to take that trip at night. Second, as you saw in the intro, it's being reported that a potential second suspect may have helped David commit this crime. Many are speculating that his close friend Neo may be his accomplice. As we can see here, the two are frequently seen together, and Neo has made cryptid posts referring to the situation, with many believing that there may have been jealousy brewing within this group, which could have been the motivation behind this situation. There are even theories, which we can see here from Reddit, that the two may have had a secret relationship going on, with many fans even believing it. And third, this one is the most disturbing, and this rumor had been circulating for a minute, but according to reports, David didn't just dismember the body, but he also stored it inside of a freezer. When they had originally found the body, like I said earlier, they had found it in the trunk of David's abandoned Tesla, decapitated, as well as the limbs severed from the body. But reports have also started coming out that the body was in a semi-frozen state, which makes them finding the cause of death nearly impossible. Mix that in with the fact that the body had already been severely decomposed by the time they found it, we may never know what really led to Celeste's passing. And as we can see here, these are photos and videos of the alleged freezer that was used for all of this, which is totally disturbing, because as we can see, the freezer is in his kitchen. So this whole time, he apparently had a dead body in his kitchen. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is insane. This is clearly methodical thinking, and the only time I ever heard of this method being used was in the past when I watched the movie The Iceman, which documents the life of the hitman Richard Kuklinski, who worked for the mafia and used these exact methods to hide his tracks. I don't think anyone in their right mind would think about doing any of these actions, but if we know David's history, this isn't surprising. This was a kid who was homeschooled and was chronically online, meaning he had no real social interactions, and on top of that, he has openly admitted to being a fan of gore and violence, which we can see heavily inspires him, from his music videos down to his aesthetic. And the fact that David still hasn't been arrested or put into custody with all this information we have collected blows my mind. Reports are even saying that he isn't cooperating with the police at this time. Some are even saying that he's staying with family in Texas, while others claim to see him roaming Fortnite and Reddit forums. I guess it truly shows that if you have enough money, you can do whatever you want, but I truly feel like his day is coming. Any day now, I hope to hear that he's been arrested, or at the very least, that we have some reasoning behind all of this. And as I'm recording this video, I just seen a new update that apparently TMZ's story is completely fabricated, that they are feeding us false information about this case, and honestly, that just frustrates me because I just wasted so much time recording this video only to find out that all of the information that TMZ has given out to the public has been a lie, that it has been fabricated, that there is no evidence to any of the reports that they have spread. As I'm recording this video, a new article came out saying LAPD says Celeste Rivas' body was not decapitated and frozen upon discovery, which completely contradicts what TMZ was saying and completely contradicts what I was saying earlier in this video, which is completely frustrating. As we continue to read, it says, despite earlier reports, authorities say the remains of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas were not found cut up or frozen. Los Angeles Police Captain Scot Williams told the LA Times on Monday that although Rivas' body was badly decomposed when it was discovered, claims that she had been decapitated or frozen were incorrect. Those details were previously reported by TMZ and other outlets. The Times also confirms that the LAPD is now officially treating this case as a murder investigation. For the first time, a detective has described the probe in court documents as an investigation into murder. And things are just getting even crazier. I don't even know what to think anymore. People are saying that David or someone on David's team is the one spreading these false narratives in hopes to get more information from the LAPD or the coroner so they know how to go with this case moving forward. I don't know, guys. I just hope that we end up getting more answers soon, and that hopefully we do end up getting some justice for Celeste, because this whole situation is just completely disgusting and disturbing. But I don't know, guys, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments, and be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Again, we're almost at our goal of 100 subscribers, and it would truly mean the world to me. With that being said, my name is Chivo. I talk about the trendiest news within the week, and I hope to see you in the next video.